Hello and welcome back to K-pop Appreciation. My name is Simon, and today we're going to be appreciating Jessi's NUNU Nana. For those of you new to the channel, this isn't a first-time reaction kind of deal. I have watched this video more than a few times already. What we're going to do here instead is we're going to watch the video two times. First time without any interruption. I won't pause or anything. I might make a comment here or there. The second time when we watch it, I definitely will pause because I want to discuss and share my feelings and thoughts on the video, Jessi, her choreo, the song, etc. Okay, for those of you new to K-pop, Jessi is a veteran of the industry. She's definitely more. I would align her more with K-hip hop. But you know, sometimes the line is blurry between pop and hip hop, even in Korean music. Jessi is Korean American. She's very westernized. You're gonna see this in how she presents her image. Okay, what her image, the physicality of her image is something you expect out of a Western artist as opposed to a Korean artist. So if you're new, you're gonna be you might experience a little cultural shell shock a little bit, but it's all good. Anyway, let's just get right into it. Here's Jessi's NUNU Nana.
I'm trying to give you something more.
The song has a very deceptive beginning. You think, oh, you know, it's just this nice soft opening. Boom. Everything is so catchy so far.
Too much. Oh, baby, what's I got to bad? I could give you everything, anything, baby. Can you handle it?
Pre-chorus build up here. Likes to swear. Although they, you know, they bleeped it out or censored it. Her outfit is pretty damn cool. That one right there.
I'm still Jessi from the block. You know I got the keys to the lock. 안 받으면 눈치 아주 do me. 날 보기 위해 들어 뒤꿈치. Wake up,
Blessed.
looking
Fresh.
어디 가도 flex, got the S on my chest. 싸이 오빠 말했지 꼴리는 대로 해. No red
Yes,
light.
she mentioned Psy, and I'll explain to you guys later if you're new why is there a connection there to Psy.
계속 떠들어 they talking about me. 뭐라노 뭐라카노 at you. 그래서 난 누누나나.
I like how the choreo is not overly complicated. Like you have to just, I mean, it matches perfect with the beat, you know. Although I suspect there's a reason for that, and I'll get into that later. Ah, this is a cameo here. This young lady right here. She's a very famous first generation K-pop star. I'll talk about her in a sec. So that beat, I like how the beat has this slightly dirty vibe to it. You know, originally when I listened to the song, I liked it, and then it wasn't until like the 8th or 9th time I'd listened to it, I was like, man, this is definitely a Ho anthem. I had that thought, you know, and there's nothing wrong with a good Ho anthem at all. Yeah, So Jessi, as you can see, again, this is her look isn't very common in K-pop for a female K-pop artist. She's got this glorious tan body to her. She's very curvy. Again, you could delicately say she shows off her assets, and you know what? You got it, you flaunt it. Good for her. Which is something normally most female Koreans would not do. Okay, they definitely don't want to show off their assets like that. Yeah. But but she's established a niche for herself in that market. Jesse's very noticeable, and it's like there's only one Jesse in the Korean pop soundscape right now. Yeah. As for the song, again to before this, like in 2019, late 2019, or the second half of 2019, she had a song called "Who Dat Be," which was cool. You know, there's this line in "Who Dat Be." It's like, "I like to keep it real, yo." She says in English, and she says that part in English. Oh, so Jessi, I empathize with her because she's Korean American, and so English is her first language, and so with Korean, she has to think about the things she says, to translate in her head to make sure it sounds right. You see this a lot in like interviews with Jessi. If like she's really pissed at you or flustered, she'll just start saying stuff in English. I'm Thai American, and Thai is not my mother tongue. It's I can understand Thai, and I can communicate in it, but English is my native language. And so every time I go back to Thailand to visit or for fun or for vacation, I have to think a little bit before I respond. So I understand her plight. That being said, Jessi is hilarious, a hilarious entertainer to watch on Korean variety shows and on Korean interviews and talk shows. She's got that Western swagger to her. It's like, definitely no apologies, in your face, up front. The only other Korean artist I can think of that comes close, and some people are gonna be shocked that I'm saying this, is a member of Girls' Generation. Her name is Tiffany Young, and Tiffany is Korean American, and similar to Jessi, she sometimes like she has to think about what she's gonna say in Korean because English is her first language. Now I'll definitely argue Tiffany is nowhere near as out there, in your face, extra as Jessi. But that I would also argue that's because in Tiffany's case, the label she belongs to, they usually have like a tight rein on their artist. It's kind of hard to put a tight rein on Jessi. Speaking of agencies, so Jessi right now belongs with an agency called P Nation. I know that sounds funny in English. P Nation is run by the one and only Psy of Gangnam Style, and so that's why in that line earlier, she's Psy Oppa gave me the green light. And I think Psy's the only one that could like handle her really. But he gives her a lot of creative control. It's really cool. What else? Oh, so for those of you who I'm not fluent in Korean, but being exposed to Korean music and watching and consuming their entertainment, you pick up some words, and especially in the idea of Korean honorifics, how you address someone. So she says, so the name of the song is "Nunu Nana," but then like at the first beginning, like that opening bar, she says, I'm the Nuna. That I think I'm the Nuna you're asking for or you want or something along those lines. So Nuna, that's an actual term. Nuna is a Korean honorific term. It's used between a younger man addressing an older woman that he is close to. That last caveat is very important. Okay, it's very, you have to have an established relationship, an established close relationship with this older woman you're addressing. Okay, as from a guy's perspective, if you're a guy. All right. So therefore, like if it's a younger brother addressing an older sister, that's fine. If it's a workplace situation, and only if like you've been, the younger guy has been working for his female boss for a long time. And even then, like, she's made it clear, it's like, okay, you know what? We can drop the formalities. You can call me Nuna. Then you're given the green light. A younger guy would never say that to an older girl he just met. No way. Not, no, you have to have an established close relationship. It could also be used in a romantic relationship as well. If it's a younger guy dating an older girl, he would call her Nuna in that case. So that's what Nuna means. Anyway, but the song, no, and I've seen her perform this. So what? This is August 6th. She's on the tail end of her promotional cycle for this song on music shows right now. Watching her perform this is a lot of fun. The choreo is very appropriate for Jessi. She's not the strongest dancer, in my opinion. I have seen her on other variety shows. There's one really famous variety show. It was like a mini series, really. It was called Sister Slam Dunk, season 1. And she had to like dance with other K-pop, so other Korean celebrities, and it took her a while. She was faster than some other people, but she wasn't like your typical K-pop idol star that can learn choreo at the drop of a hat. So she needed some practice. So yeah, like super complex, intense choreo is, she could probably do it, but it'd probably take her a long time. So the choreo was super appropriate for her, and it was appropriate for the song as well, which I thought. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's just watch it again. This soft opening made me really appreciate that, what, she's not just a rapper, but, she's an entertainer. She can sing. She can hold a note. She's not freaking, like, Taeyeon from Girls' Generation or whatever, or even Tiffany from Girls' Generation. I think it'd be unfair. That being said, I don't think Taeyeon or Tiffany could rap like her, okay? So yeah, everyone has their own strengths, right? But this part here made me appreciate, the soft opening, appreciate, the quality of her voice. She can sing, she can hold a note. That part's pretty. So come with me and fly away. I like that. And then all of a sudden, boom! That's why I'm that Nuna. Love it. Oh, fun fact for the video, Psy, in addition to being her boss, he directed the video as well. So the moves are really catchy. I mean, and I say this a lot about K-pop choreo as well. Really smart. This is part of the there's a marketing consideration as well. If your song is an earworm, okay, it's in the audience's ear, and like if you can make the choreo easy to follow along to, those moves, I mean, why not? Especially I'm sure everyone's got a friend that's like addicted to TikTok, right? And doing TikTok dance challenges and everything. I mean, why not? So yeah, so that's another way to get it incentivizes the audience to be personally invested in the music. It's like, oh, not only is it in my head, but I could kind of I could do some of the dance moves to it. Yeah, why not? So I like how you've got this. Hold on. Yeah, like right here, it's like some out of like some like Asian gangster film. It's like in the back of an Asian restaurant. It's like a clearinghouse for gambling. And again, like I think like in the background it's like the pieces of meat that are being hung. Yeah, I love it. The tattoo is real, just to let you know. With Jessi, the ink work she has done is real. I do respect Jessi a lot. On interviews, she has no filter. Like people have asked her, "Oh, have you had plastic surgery done?" And she's very forthcoming with all that, all the details. which part of her body on her face she's had plastic surgery done to. And you know what? Good for her. I mean, it's her body, right? She can do whatever she wants to it. So
still don't give a what.
Katie's gonna hate you. You know what? So the first time I really took an interest in Jessi was from a show. The first season of a show called Unpretty Rap Star. I think that came out 2015, 2016. And it was a competition show between female rappers. Last person standing got like a contract or something. She didn't win, but she got all the way to the final. And wait, did she get all the way to the final? It was her and Cheetah. Cheetah won. No. Cheetah beat Jimin. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how it went. Anyway, but she got pretty far into the show. Yeah, I think she got to the final. But like, there's a really famous line she utters during that show where she looks at everyone. She's like, "This is a competition." She says that in English. So if you type in YouTube, like Jessi, "this is a competition," that clip from Unpretty Rap Star is gonna come up, and how she just disses everyone. So yeah. So on that show had diss battles, and yeah, it was fun to watch Jessi, during the diss battle. So yeah. And I like how Jessi defies the beauty standard in Korea as well. Now, by Western standards, she's gorgeous. She's curvy. She's dark. Bam. She like checks all those boxes, right? She's got junk in the trunk, as some people like to say. Obviously, for Korean feminine beauty standards, it's a little different. They privilege the skin. They want that milky skin. And Jessi's like, I don't care. There's a wonderful collaboration she did with JYP, Jin Young Park, the majority shareholder of JYP Entertainment. JYP had sung a song called "Who's Your Mama," which is the Korean version of "Baby Got Back." Okay, and she raps in the song. And in the rap, I remember she talks about like, yeah, I got that. I want to say she uses the term like chocolate skin or chocolate booty, something. But yeah, but she exalts and glorifies her dark chocolate skin. I'm like, yeah, that's right. So yeah, I was always all about that. So that move right there. Again, it's even like someone who has no dancing skill like myself, I can do that. And again, it's really cool. It goes with the song. So yeah. The choreographer was smart too. They played to Jessi's strengths. I like how the outfits of dollar bills. This scene right here, I was watching the behind the scenes of the making of the video. So the guys here dressed in the suits, apparently they're all like personal friends of hers, and she called them and said, "Hey, I need some extras. Will you help me out?" And they helped her out. But Jessi here, because she knows all these guys. Hold on. It's gonna be this scene right here. So they form like this aisle, right? And she walks in between them. This was a problematic scene because she had to do the take multiple times because she would look at their faces and she'd start to giggle. Like she couldn't take him seriously. It was funny to watch. I'm sure for the director, for Simon, must have been a pain in the ass because they had to do the scene over God knows how many times. I got the keys to the lock. Wake up, blessed, looking fresh. I love that. No red lights. This is a common thing with Jessi. Like she likes to reference in her songs like, people are gonna talk about me, but I don't care. And it's like, you know what? That's her thing. Good for her. Drop. That dirty drop. I love it. Okay, so now we have the cameo. So that That's the OG right there. Her name is Lee Hiyori. She used to belong to a group called Finkel, first generation K-pop. So we're talking about like late '90s. Okay, actually, was Finkel mid or late '90s? But yeah, and then Lee Hiyori like branched out, did a solo career like early 2000s and whatever. If she is 41 years old. She doesn't look it. She looks glorious. Yeah, and no, she's kind of a badass. She's married. It's really sweet, actually. I know about Lee Hiyori because a few years ago she had a like a reality show called, and it's on Netflix. It's called Lee Hiyori's Bed and Breakfast. I think is the title on Netflix. The Korean title is Hiyori's Homestay. Her and her husband's a musician. He was like in a band, and they met at a concert that was like a fundraiser for homeless animals. So Hiyori's really big into saving animals, which I think is awesome. So like in her house, she has like six or seven rescue dogs, three rescue cats, whatever, all adopted. And but on that show, she had turned her house into like almost like an Airbnb kind of deal, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So, and so she's 41, so she's pretty much retired. But like recently, like in the past couple months, she's been making kind of a comeback. She was on this other show with this really renowned Korean MC, and they did like a special project group together. And now like she cameoed in this video of Jessi's. Yeah, and there are talks of her and Jessi, another first generation K-pop star called whose name is Jang-hwa, and Hawasa from Mamamoo. So there's four girls, four badass women to do like a special project group. So I'm gonna talk to that. So people are looking forward to that. But yeah, but Hiyori's awesome. So
come with me and fly away.
yeah, and like during the behind the scenes video, like when Hiyori's on set, like Jessi gives her a big hug and says thank you so much for making the time. And Hiyori's like, oh, you can call me anytime. It was really cool to watch them interact. Yeah, Hiyori still got it. 41 years old. And Hiyori's ink is legit. Yeah, all the tattoos on her. I mean, they look like a bunch of badass bitches, right? But again, Hiyori's such a softie for like her animals. And it's really cool because especially in Asia, Asian people usually don't like to adopt animals. That trend is now starting to change due to awareness and everything. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about this because my beagle, I adopted my beagle. So adopt, don't shop. But Hiyori's, she campaigns really hard, core, especially in Korea. To get the Korean public to adopt and not shop. Jessi, Jessi has a dog. She's kind of like a Pomeranian or a Maltese. It's this brown ball of fluff, and his name is Chewy, like Chewbacca, Chewy, and Jessi being, she gives off this persona as badass, right? But when you see her with Chewy, she's like, she just melts. It's cute to watch. Anyway, but that's Jessi's latest comeback, NUNU Nana. I hope you enjoyed that. Definitely, Jessi definitely stands out, which is cool. Anyway, well, listen, thanks for spending the last 24 minutes of your time with me. I appreciate it, as always. I should have uploaded this video yesterday, but I did, but there was like editing issues, and I'd like scrap everything and do it again. So anyway, I appreciate your time as always. All right, so I'll be back soon with another video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be good to each other. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye for now.